Welcome to Swing and a Miss, a baseball podcast.
Where our overconfident opinions are backed up by cherry-picked stats.
Wait, we're not talking about soccer today?
Swing and a Miss, now with 50% more sponsors.
Hey! Welcome in.
It's the boys from Minnesota back at it again. Hot takes from Nels, Tyler, Josh, and Ben. From the first batter up to the safe clinching pitch. Get up out your seats, it's Swing and a Miss.
Welcome in. Episode 34 of Swing and a Miss. Our first kind of normal episode in quite a while. Good to see you guys back in the basement.
It's good to be back in the basement.
Back in the basement.
Where we
That's
belong.
Our other show. Back in the basement.
You don't need another show.
I don't have the time for a third. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't want to do another
Nobody
show.
has the ears for you to have a third.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Well, let's get right into it because we got a lot to go over today. First and foremost, let's do my favorite segment, which is talk about our New Year's resolutions. Quick update for me. Haven't been to a baseball game, but that is going to change this Saturday. For those of you that hadn't listened to our most recent live episode, we are going to be doing a live episode as well on the 4th of July at Wade Stadium up in Duluth for the Duluth Huskies.
Yay!
I'm very excited about this.
That is very Americana of us.
I can't wait. Baseball, beer, hot dogs. Doesn't get any more American than that.
Who's bringing apple pie?
We're going to bomb a country just to get the trifecta done.
And some apple pie. I demand apple pie.
So that's the update on both my New Year's resolution and what's coming up this Saturday. So, Nels, why don't you give us your update on one David Bautista?
No update. Next.
Tyler, tell us about the new music you're listening to.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't think we can really classify this as new music, but
Is it new to you? That's what it had to be. It had to be new to you.
it's newly released.
Okay.
So one of my
If there's some Three Dog Night you haven't heard.
yeah,
counts.
man. Yeah, crack it open. No, so one of my sort of favorite performers and songwriters of the 2000s, Eleni Mandel.
I was going to say, is this Barry Manilow?
No,
Because I know he just put out a new album because my mom told me about it.
Eleni Mandel, who is LA music scene type. She hangs around with Chucky Weiss and Tom Waits. And so she's kind of in that vein. She has been on the shelf living a normal life as a school teacher for the past 7 or 8 years. And now she has released a new album called Tailspin and going on tour now that school is out. And she is coming to Minneapolis, and I'm going.
This is the one you told me about.
This is the one that I'm going to see.
Yes.
I believe it's on July 15th, and I could not be more excited. So listen to her new album, Tailspin, which is just a delight, just exactly what I had come to love and enjoy of all of her songwriting. And I'm so looking forward to going to see her at a nice venue that I enjoy going to very much called Hook and Ladder in Minneapolis. It's a great place to see a show. I hope anyone in the Minneapolis area will join me there.
Very good. I'll check that album out. Sounds fun. All right, Josh.
Nope.
Yep. You got to do it.
No, I don't.
You got to do it, buddy. I made a pivot for this week's episode because I thought we'd give him a break and he doesn't have to say something nice about anybody else other than someone on his team.
Who's not Kevin McGonigal?
It's not. Nope. Doesn't play for the Tigers. Currently plays for the Red Wings.
Nope.
I would love it if you would say something nice real quick about Dylan Larkin.
Pass.
Can't pass.
Yes, I can. You've had no update for half a year. Ben hasn't been to a baseball game the entire time we've done this, and Tyler had to shift what his thing was because he never got it done. I get my pass.
I tried
Wait
to
a
catch a
minute.
baseball.
In my defense, just because I didn't say I love you to strangers on the phone doesn't mean I was never doing
Tyler
it.
doesn't give enough love to others. Ben doesn't go to baseball games.
And I'm not stalking Dave Bautista enough.
So I get my pass. I have done a great job all year with this. I'm using a pass.
I'm not going to lie to you, Tyler. When I talked to you on the phone like a week ago, I almost said I love you at the end of it just to see if you'd say it back.
I probably would have said that. I probably would have said, hey, Ben, love you too.
All right. You don't have to say anything nice about Dylan Larkin because you and I
will not.
are on the same road right now. We're watching the stars of our hockey team leave us and It's not going to be a fun year to watch either one, I don't think. So in that vein, let's talk about something that is fun. We've got new beer in hand and a new sponsor to thank.
Here, here.
Our official sipping beer now is sponsored by Uda Pils Brewing.
Hey, woo!
Proudly brewed right here in Minneapolis. Uda Pils makes the kind of beer that's perfect for a ball game, a backyard hangout, or arguing with your friends about why your team absolutely should or should not have made that move at the trade deadline. So if you're sipping along with us today, make it at Uda Pils. And Uda Pils.
And Uda Pils.
And if you do not have a backyard to hang out at, go to the Uda Pils
it's
brewery,
amazing.
because they have got a lovely backyard.
They do.
That's attached to their brewery, and you can hang out there. It's right along a nice river. It's wooded, and it's just a wonderful place for either friends, families, whoever you want to bring there.
Or it's too hot. You don't want to be out in the sun. It's also a very lovely indoor space,
Yeah, the tap
very
room is
spacious.
Tap room's great.
And it's a good place to watch games. Nels and I were just there last week and watched some World Cup soccer there. They have a good place to watch some sports, a good projector screen. It's got a great indoor to go with that great outdoor.
Absolutely.
Usually have a tasty food truck out front too.
Yeah.
So
They had some chicken last time we were there. It was
yeah,
pretty good.
and then
Yeah.
Josh and I had a good Mexican food truck.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
delicious.
Oh, it was so good.
Great beer, local roots, and now the official sipping beer of Swing and a Miss. Uda Pils. Here's to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Today we're sipping on the Uda Pils Helles, which is the Munich style lager.
Yes, I have the Pils, which is their Czech style Pilsner.
And Tyler and I are sipping on the Hoppestock, which is a hoppy lager.
Delicious.
And all delicious across the board.
That's right. So we thank you for being our newest sponsor, and we're really excited about this partnership.
We're excited about beer.
Well, that too. Thank you to Michaela for getting this set up. Thank you to everyone at Uda Pils. We're really excited. So with that being said, let's talk some baseball. Don't
Some
all talk
what?
at once. Don't all talk at once.
Hey,
I gotta-
you're the one with a team that's actually watchable, so
no,
you can start.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
A scale of 1 to 10. How scared of you are the Phillies right now?
Like an 8.
8.
How scared of the Phillies are you?
Yeah.
Is that what you were trying to say? He's
I
not.
was
The
stumbling
Phillies
over my
aren't scared
words.
of him. He's scared of the Phillies.
I'm probably an 8 because
Yeah.
the Phillies have been on fire
Yes.
since they changed managers. And to be fair, for a while, the Braves were continuing to separate or maintaining their separation. That has not happened lately. The Braves are one of the worst teams over the last 3 weeks. If you look at record and also any other stat that makes sense, but yeah, they're not looking great right now. Got a lot of injuries that are continuing to stack up. People that were supposed to be back by now that aren't. They're not hitting.
They just lost a series to the Giants. The Giants.
They lost 2 series to the Giants.
The
in
San
last month.
Francisco Giants.
Los Gigantes.
In the last month, they've lost 2 series to the Giants.
That's pathetic.
They got swept by the.
That's some pathetic baseball.
They just
I'm
got
sorry,
swept by
buddy.
the White Sox.
Well, the White Sox are very good.
I understand, but they
Well,
got
the Tigers
swept.
just swept the White Sox right before that, so
It's the being swept part that's the problem for me.
Sure.
I'm gonna say an 8, but I could be talked into a 9.
So I'm very scared of the Phillies. They do seem
as a
to
Twins fan, they terrify him.
They do seem to be clicking on all cylinders right now. Last Saturday, they just decided to absolutely demolish and have Bryce Harper hit a cycle. And that wasn't even necessarily the best offensive performance on the day because Kyle Schwarber had a 3 home run game. 2 of those home runs went over 450 feet. Kyle Schwarber, I believe, is on pace for 60 home runs this year. It's a scary, scary team right now.
We talked a little bit about them on the live show at Wandering Leaf, and
Yep.
there's, there's this question of are they finally realizing what they should have been before their manager got fired, or is it just about a new voice or a whole sort of things? I don't really care. I am scared of them. And I think a lot of teams around the National League should be paying attention to them.
And on the other side of the coin, you might think that the Braves are down bad. Team that's even worse down bad, Cleveland Guardians. It's been a rough go. Nothing seems to be working for that team right now. And Jose Ramirez, who is the heart, soul, and offensive engine of that team, now has a broken hamate bone.
Free Class A.
And so he is going to be out for at least the next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That might be enough for the White Sox to be able to handle the AL Central by themselves.
Or for the Tigers to catch them.
I don't think that's happening based on how the Tigers have been playing. I don't think that there's anyone right now.
There's a 15-game win streak that the Tigers are just ready to unleash. So you wait and watch.
I have good news with the American League right now. You do not need a 15-game winning streak to get back into any
the
type of
American League is bad.
I've got the good news. The third wild card may likely end up being under 500. I've got bad news. The Tigers are still probably going to find themselves 15 games back of the wild card when the season's over.
There's a chance that the top 2 or the 2 and 3 wild cards are under 500.
It's possible. The AL is booty juice.
I will place a bet right now with anybody who wants to take it.
I'm already winning one with you, so I'll leave that for somebody
Sure.
else.
And we're going to pick back up. Sorry about the technical issue we had to fix. That's on me. And you'd think I'd know how to do things better by now.
Here is the bet that I want to put out there. We will have 0 teams with a losing record that make the playoffs out of the AL this year.
You think there will not be a team?
Every team in the wild card, every team that wins their division will have a winning record this year. It might might only be 82 and 80, but it's going to be a winning
I
record.
tend to agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I also, maybe this is just how the Tigers' scheduling managed to play out this year. I don't know how everybody else's schedule has been, but it seems like we've had a hell of a lot of interleague play early on in the year. And so if everybody else's schedules kind of have been front loaded with interleague play, that means the AL teams will start playing the AL teams a lot more. And eventually somebody will start rising just by eating off of each other instead of all of the AL losing to all of the NL and their records all going tanking. Somebody's going to start cannibalizing up the chain.
Yeah, I can see that. 'Cause I think the Braves have only played the Mets, Marlins, and Phillies and Nationals. They might have played the Nationals twice, but the other ones they've only played once so far.
Yeah, I think the Tigers have played just about every interleague series that we've had this year. I mean, well, you get a home and away with a lot of these. So we've played one of the two for just about every team so far.
Because now everybody plays everyone in their division 13.
13 times.
Yeah.
So on average, every team has played 24 interleague games so far this year.
Feels like a lot more.
The Detroit Tigers have played 24 interleague games this year.
Oh.
So, Josh, I'm sorry.
We're right on average.
You're right on average.
Well,
so
that's what I'm saying is it's been a lot for us. So therefore, if we're right on average, then it's been a lot for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, sure, but I'm saying like the Yankees have only played 15, so you can't necessarily say.
And the Yankees are 14 games over 500. Is there a correlation here? They haven't played a lot of their NL brethren yet.
Who are they playing tonight?
Boston right now.
Boston.
Wait, are we watching a game that already happened today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the other one hasn't started yet.
That's true. It
What?
starts in like now-ish.
Oh, okay.
It starts in now. I was going to say, you said there was one game on tonight, and
There
I'm like,
wasn't-
oh, we're
there wasn't
watching it.
any
It
other-
happens to be Twins Rockies. What a weird Sunday night game.
Put it on the
Especially-
Peacock.
Oh, it's on Peacock?
Well, unless you can get a different way.
Scintillating pod.
Yeah.
What
you
channel
heard
is
it
the
here-
baseball game on?
You heard it here first, folks.
Tune into Peacock for Sunday
There's
night
baseball
baseball.
games on
Yankees
Peacock.
Red Sox on national TV, just like every Yankees Red Sox game
It's
is.
not on Peacock.
Anyhow.
Anyway, Nels, do you take that bet? Do you think there will be no American League playoff teams with a losing record?
I don't know. The AL West looks pretty rough. The Rangers are leading right now with an even 500 record.
I think that it really just depends on whether you think that one team will rise out of the detritus and at least get to some form of respectability.
I will not take that bet just because, and we'll talk about it in a bit.
That's a
We're not at
$10
the trade
word.
deadline yet, and some of these teams are going to improve quite a bit.
And some are not.
I think that that's going to be really curious. If you like you're gonna look at it and be like, well, right now we're 4 games underneath 500. Like, let's buy some players, sell out our future, because now it's time to go for it.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
Cleveland is falling apart. They have no Jose Ramirez for a while still. They're only 4 games above 500, but they do have the Twins, the Tigers, and the Royals in their division, who they still have to play a lot. So
we do have a lot of baseball left to play, and there's going to be a lot of evening out, especially as we start to see more of these divisional games come and go. It's fun to look ahead and see, like, well, it's fun for some people, not so fun for others, but it's fun to look forward for me and say, okay, I feel confident that if the Braves get back on track, they've got these teams coming up. But now when I look at, we still got a lot left with the Mets. We still have a lot left with the Phillies, and I don't throw the records out with the Mets. I don't care.
They're quite terrible.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. They just fired their manager. So we got 2 fired managers in my division this year.
I think that the one thing that I am probably putting more, I think this is only true of really, truly awful teams, but sometimes it's just about the vibes. So though the names on paper for teams like the Mets and the Red Sox should be performing better, the vibes are so bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
I do not see anything that would lead me to believe that there's going to be a light switch that flips and these teams get back to where their expectations were and they play above 500 baseball for the rest of the way.
Do you think there's any truth to the report or the rumor out there that Frankie Lindor and Juan Soto are at each other's throats?
That may be true, but you should be able to have a couple of teammates that don't necessarily like to play poker together and still will win a baseball game together. I think that
sounds like they can't do either right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, there should be a possibility of, I don't like your personality, but we're still going to win. And especially when you're talking about someone who is playing right field and someone who's playing shortstop, you're not even necessarily relying on one another at any point. You just need to sit on the bench next to one another.
Lindor's only played 27 games this year too. So,
well, the rumor is, and again, it's a rumor. There's no like hard sources that are confirming this, but the rumor is that he's been out of the lineup so much is because they're starting to refuse to play with each other.
I'm gonna go ahead and highly doubt that. I don't
know.
Baseball, like Tyler said, baseball is a sport where that shouldn't really impact you. If you're talking about basketball where you share the court with somebody and your chemistry with somebody absolutely makes all the difference on the court, that's one thing.
Sure.
Baseball, yeah. A right fielder and a shortstop, when you're batting, it's you up there. An outfielder and an infielder on the other side of the field, they're not even going to have communication problems calling off fly balls that go there. I don't buy that.
Well, and that's
I don't buy that rumor.
But
I'm not saying you created that rumor. I'm just saying whatever that rumor is, which I haven't seen, by the way, I don't buy it.
To quote Scream, hanging on my wall, Rose McGowan's most famous role as Tatum, you can't prove a rumor. That's why it's a rumor.
That's true, but
but I can say I don't buy it.
Well, that's fine. That's why I asked if you did buy it.
And I'm saying I don't.
I would also, if I'm Lindor and Soto, where I have got a Hall of Fame legacy that I need to protect, I am still going to be playing the ball game to the best of my abilities, regardless of whether I do or do not like my teammate.
Because even if it's not like I don't want to play with you, but like we've seen guys left out of the Hall because they were dicks to reporters.
Yes.
Hi, Barry Bonds.
Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
He's a dick to more than just reporters.
Yeah, but I mean, but I mean, for me in this conversation, completely off rails now on that. Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame because of steroids mostly.
No, because he's a dick to reporters. There are plenty of guys who did steroids and they're in, but they were chummy with reporters and the voters.
Sosa, McGuire, Clemens. I mean, Clemens wasn't a peach either, but Kurt Schilling didn't have any of that and has a Hall of Fame resume, but is a giant turd in every way, shape, and form and isn't in. So that's the one where I would say being a giant turd of a human is the one reason for him. But that is a tangent now.
He's the turd that just won't flush.
That is a tangent now. And then this situation isn't like the rumor. I was talking to Nels actually when we were at Udapils. the good old classic
They're gonna lift the curtain, Tyler. They're gonna tell us what they said about us behind our back.
Well, I was talking about the fun rumor that has never been substantiated nor denied. When the Tigers, I don't know if you guys remember a player named Avisail Garcia. He made one All-Star team, played for the White Sox and the Marlins mostly after the Tigers, but he came up in the Tiger system. His nickname was Mini Miggy. Everybody in Detroit loved him. And then kind of out of the blue, got traded away. And everybody's like, what happened there? Rumor that was not confirmed, but also not denied, was that he and Prince Fielder got into a fist fight in the dugout because he slept with Prince Fielder's wife. Ooh. That is one where you see two guys that could not be on the same clubhouse together and they shipped one out.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem to be that. Get over it. Play baseball.
I agree with you. If this is a true rumor, which again we have no,
unless there's some wife
Something we
steal
don't
in
know,
there,
yeah.
like Avisail Prince kind of rumor.
Yeah.
Baseball is a sport where you just kind of got to get over it. And
I agree.
And let me be honest, the more time goes on, the more I realize there's a lot of baseball players that are kind of giant turds also. So you're going to be on a team with guys that are not great people.
Yeah.
Giants.
Can I talk about?
Thank you.
Can I talk about a team that is tied for the best record in baseball
You talk
over
about
the
the
past
Brewers?
past 30 games?
Is it
No.
Is it the Marlins?
It is the Marlins.
The Marlins! Let's go fish. Let's go fish.
And specifically, just singing the praises of Otto Lopez, who, man,
Fantasy stud, too, by the way. on that
Giants
team.
legend Otto Lopez,
Giants legend,
who they
Otto
DFA'd
Lopez.
very wisely.
Oh, anytime you want to DFA an Otto Lopez, you got to DFA an Otto Lopez.
Don't worry. The Tigers did not protect and let Liam Hicks go to the Marlins in the Rule 5. So we're right there with you in providing most of the offense for the Marlins, Nels.
But Otto Lopez has definitely been the heart and engine of that Marlins offense, leading the league with a 336 average and playing a really good shortstop all while doing it. And I think that's going to be curious just because have we talked about Sandy Alcantara being traded for about the past 4 seasons?
Yes.
It seems like since
not on this show.
No, but collectively, society has been trying to get Sandy Alcantara off of the Marlins ever since he signed his contract.
It's because society hates the Marlins.
Well,
wrong.
Anytime you're going to waste someone's prime, everyone wants to see that prime be utilized by a team that's actually in competition. However, right now the Marlins are in competition, so I think that's going to be curious to see whether this is the year that Sandy actually gets shipped out, because it's not a dominant Sandy Alcantara season. He is making a fair bit of money. And they can.
And it's his contract year. He's got a team option for next year, and that's it.
Yep.
I think we all know how to bring America back to the Marlins. Wear the teal uniforms.
Okay.
Yes.
Wear the teal.
I think they need to bring the sculpture back into center field.
Or you do that too.
I think if they do that and they bring like that,
I'm down with it.
Fantastic psychedelic fish thing back in there, have it going after home runs. That's what the people want.
Let's do it.
Bring the 03 vibe back.
Yeah, why
you
not?
could bring the 97 vibe back as well, but I really liked that 03 team.
Let's
Maybe
do it.
because I was 2 in 97 and in 03, I actually remember watching that World Series, but bring the 03 vibe back.
I loved the 89 World Series, my favorite ever. When I was 2. I don't even know who was in it.
Lame.
Was it the Giants?
Giants hate it.
Yeah.
And also the Marlins beat the Giants in that 03 year. So let's just keep piling on. Who won the 2002 World Series? Let's talk about that.
Not the Giants.
No.
Mike Scioscia.
Yes, that is correct.
It wasn't the Twins
The
either.
last time the Angels were relevant.
Yeah, the Angels
later
won the World
today.
Series and literally did nothing else again.
Until about a half hour.
Except for employ 2 of the best baseball players for the last 25 years and then do nothing as a team.
Well, what else is going on around the league before we get into the fun stuff?
The Chicago White Sox.
I said before the fun stuff.
They are a fun team.
I know.
2 of
Even
half the
with
show hates
Murakami
them.
being out. No, I don't actually. Ironically speaking, like when it comes to division rivals, the White Sox are the one team in the division that I don't have a pure hatred for.
Because they've been ass for decades. So you're just like, ah.
And also, I think I was talking to you about this also at Udapil. We talked a lot when we were
did.
there.
We sat there
But-
for hours and drank.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like 2K8 or something like that, MLB 2K8, and I did the good old, as if you guys ever played sports games with your friends, video games, the good old random suicide for team selection. Do you know what that is?
What
What?
in the world is that like?
You got
You're gonna get us flagged or
random
something.
No.
suicide. Is
Yeah.
this like Russian roulette?
Pretty much. So it gives you the option to randomize what your team is, but you don't have to commit to it. So you randomize twice, and you can either choose between the two teams that you got on the randoms, or you can use your suicide, which means you randomize one more time, but you have to take the team that you randomized the third time.
So you will be heartened to find out that still exists.
Oh, it should. It's the greatest tradition, your boys.
I have never heard this term specifically.
Well, that was, that was 20 years ago when I
Yes.
was growing up.
But however, that's exactly how the boys and I select our MLB teams on MLB The Show.
Yeah.
Is you get two randoms. You can pick between those two and then random a third time, and you got to play that one.
Yep.
See, a suicide when I was growing up was you went to the fountain and you put every flavor of pop in the.
That's
in
a
the
suicide king.
No, I never heard it called a king.
But anyway, so back then though, I did random suicide. Ended up with my suicide randomizer. Got the White Sox, who were not good at the time. I put up like 25 runs in that game, and I ended up
Very
using,
similar to what the real White Sox did last
well,
night.
I ended up using that. It was like Dion Viciedo and Alejandro de Aza, and guys like that. And I just ended up using them for like 5 years in MLB 2K, back when 2K made an MLB game. So for whatever reason, because of that, I've always kind of liked the White Sox, is where I was going with that.
See,
Yes.
I'm exact opposite of you. The White Sox are actually the only team in the AL Central that I actually have a dislike for. Everybody else, I am someplace between a loose fan of or indifferent towards. And the White Sox are the one team that I wish nothing but ill will towards. That being said,
You must have loved the last decade or so.
well, I would say like
Tyler never wore sweatpants the last 10 years.
I have probably liked the past 20, 30 years more than anything. But yeah, no, it's been fun to watch the White Sox, and Murakami has got to be close.
Getting close.
He's close. He's about 4 weeks into a 4 to 6 week injury. So we will see what comes of that.
But they stayed afloat without him, or
Yeah.
even thrived.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
but that's what I'm saying is he was one of the best stories early on in the season, powering the White Sox to a great start. And then he gets hurt, and they haven't had him for 4 weeks.
Without ever
and
hitting a double.
and they're still incredibly fun and leading the division.
I don't hate the White Sox at all. I hate Jerry Reinsdorf for a number of reasons. And so
Fair.
I don't want him to be successful, but I don't have an issue with the team being successful.
To be fair, though, I hate most billionaire owners.
Well,
so
yeah, I mean, that's
really-
true. That's true.
it's really not a high bar to clear.
It's a hot take. We don't love billionaires on this show.
Woohoo.
But you're right. They're incredibly fun to watch. I will say, though, I think we talked about this when they came out. Those are the absolute worst City Connects.
Oh, the Chicago Bulls.
The
Yes.
Jordan Bulls.
Yes.
Combo.
They're so ugly.
Yeah, not good at all. I didn't like the South Side ones either.
I like the South Side better than those.
I don't know. Like, it just felt. I don't like the Wrigleyville ones that
I
the
don't
Cubs
either.
rolled out either. I felt like it was too derivative
Yeah.
and just basic. Like, there wasn't enough there.
Bring back the red, white, and blue ones.
I would love the like batting man head.
Yeah.
Let's
Those are
bring those back
great.
on. And the pullovers. They got to
Yes.
be pullovers.
Dude, I think we talked about this in the group chat. I want more pullover baseball jerseys with giant logo on the left breast.
Breast.
Tit? You prefer that word?
But
The second
topical
podcast I
on-
have said that word.
topical on the derail that we've already had.
We tend to do that.
You know him. I got a text from a buddy of mine today, Steven.
Oh, Steven, you serious?
Yeah, seriously, Steven. But he texted me. He's like, I don't know what your opinion is. He's a Brewers fan. He's like, these new Brewers alternates are phenomenal. Those are the
MKE?
the new City Connect ones.
Oh,
Wisco.
For this
yeah,
year's.
Wisco.
The Wisco
Awful.
with the with the Wisconsin outline
with the blue blue Walgreens hat.
Yeah, the Brewers fan in my life loves them. So I don't remember what we said as a crew back when we did that show. Geez, what feels like a year ago, but was probably 3 months ago.
Yeah, no.
But I went back and looked at them again. I'm like, yeah, these are
still hate them.
Yeah, I still hate them.
The Brewers fan likes them.
Surprisingly enough, I've been keeping tabs on, obviously on our show statistics because I'm a nerd and I like to look at how we're doing. Do you know our most downloaded episode? Still to this day, the most downloaded.
I
episode.
do not.
Any guesses?
Not a clue.
No.
It's our Welcome to 2026 episode. The first one we did of 2026 in the middle of the off season. It is our most downloaded episode.
People are starved for baseball content then.
Yeah, but that was 6 months ago, and every week it leads the downloads. We have like almost 100 every week of that episode. It's crazy. I love that people love it, but it's very
exciting.
It's very interesting. I find that interesting. I think it triggered my mind because I think we were also at Tyler's house when we did the uniform episode.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
I know we did that one at Tyler's house too. All right, so what's next? Anything else in league check-in?
I know Tyler wants to talk about the pitcher draft, but I think we're just getting our notes back together. So let's do our other fun topic while we finish getting our notes together.
Actually, before we do that, let's give a shout out to today's episode sponsor, Pit Liquor. Today's episode is brought to you by Pit Liquor, the deodorant for people whose armpits have seen war. Pit Liquor says natural should not mean weak. And thank God, because most natural deodorants work for about 7 minutes before your body starts smelling like wet drywall and emotional instability. But not Pit Liquor. Pit Liquor is made with vodka and whiskey-based formulas designed to stop body odor at the source. I have ruined many a shirt with white stains in the pits, but I don't have to worry about that with Pit Liquor. For our listeners, we have a special offer. Go to pitliquor.com/swinginamiss for 15% off your order. Again, that's pitliquor.com/swinginamiss for 15% off your order. Pit Liquor. We aren't anti-sweat. We're anti-stink.
The Giants could use some Pit Liquor because they stink.
Okay. So I don't know why, but I have been watching some Giants baseball.
I don't know why.
I don't know why you would do that either, but continue.
Am I wrong, or have they gone from being awful to just being below average over the past month?
First of all, their bullpen, and I put it in the group chat, a couple of days ago or something. Their bullpen has just been horrendous. One of the worst in baseball since the last 5 or 6 weeks, I would say. So the offense has actually picked up. The offense has been one of the better offenses, which is where they should have been from the get-go with the star power that they have. So, but no, they're not good. Maybe more entertaining to watch because they're scoring runs, and then
the Braves would like a word with you.
If you're a neutral baseball fan, they're fun to watch because they're scoring a bunch of runs and then giving up a late lead, and you're getting to watch a bunch of 7th, 8th inning go-ahead home runs. Those are fun if you're neutral.
Well, it's always fun to make you admit on the mic that you were wrong. So tell us a little bit about what you were wrong about.
I've said many times already I was very wrong about Luis Arraez.
I know. I just want to make you say it again.
Okay. Well, he's going to be a Giant for about another month.
Yeah.
And then he'll be...
If that.
Yeah. So then he'll be on to somebody else. So we'll talk about those situations here shortly.
Yeah. Is that where we want to go next? We did a fun exercise for this episode. Is
we
that where
did.
We're going next?
Yeah. You guys start it while Tyler and I finish
Compare
crunching
notes.
some numbers over here on
Okay.
some notes that we happen to get lost in translation. So you guys start us off and we will follow.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I need you to listen to tell me if my answers are good.
Oh, I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening.
All right. So for this
I think
episode,
the Tigers need to trade all of their entire AAA.
let me set up the bit first. So what we did for this episode is each of us picked a team that is not our team, and we pretended to be their general manager for the upcoming trade deadline, identifying needs, what we would do in terms of are we a buyer, are we a seller, and based on whether we make the decision to buy or sell, who do we get rid of, who do we try to bring in. So each of us picked a team. Nels, you picked the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Via California.
Yes, via the California Angels, if you will. I wish they'd go back to that.
I don't.
Josh, you picked the Boston Red Sox,
The Boston Red Sox.
who were That
What
was
was
Scottish.
that?
That was Scotland
Yeah,
was there.
because the Scottish and Boston are now sister country / cities.
Tartan Army, man.
Yeah.
Watch the World Cup, will you?
The Boston Red Sox.
The phrase I'm really good at in the Boston accent, I'm not going to put on air. I'll say it to you off mic. You've heard it before.
Pocket Cod, the Pock.
No, it's
Fenway.
No, you've heard
Noma?
it. Shush. Shut up.
You see The Departed?
The Departed. Tyler has picked the Tampa Bay Don't Call Me Devil Rays.
Catwalk Hive stand up.
And I have selected the Seattle Mariners. So, Nels, go ahead and kick it off.
Oh, me first. Excellent.
You first. Excellent.
Oh boy.
The Angels are in an interesting position. First of all, they just fired their actual general manager. So that tells me that
So consider this your interview.
it is my interview. I hope to hear it. They actually put somebody in immediately. You don't have that position vacant, but that tells me that they didn't like the either ideas or the direction, obviously, that their previous GM was going to go. So a lot of it hinges on one Michael Nelson Trout. He's obviously the cornerstone of everything with this franchise.
Your namesake.
Pretty close. 2/3. I'm 2/3 Mike Trout. It's been proven.
And as we learned before, he's 6'2".
Yes, I am too. So I'm Mike Trout
Could be
is
brothers.
what we are saying here on this podcast. He's like Byron Buxton, full no trade clause. He's signed through 2030, I think. Let me double check that.
Wow, you didn't have that ready.
I have it up right here. No,
When
through
do you-
2030.
When
yes,
did the
so.
Angels trade for Mike Scioscia to come back?
Never. So it really hinges on whether Trout is going to remain an Angel or not. I think he will. He's stuck it out this long. I don't know why he would suddenly be like, no, I'm out. So I think he's going to be an Angel for the rest of his career, which is the next 5 seasons. He's been very good this year. He's in the finalist for All-Star voting. Obviously, he's hurt, which has been he's on the 10-day IL with the hamstring, so that's not new. If the Angels can move him either to first, DH, they got to get him out of the outfield, man. He's like 34. He hasn't played 100 games hardly at all in the last 5 seasons. I think 1 year he did. The rest have been under 100 games.
36, 119, 82, 29, 130, 74.
Yeah, it's been rough.
It's still a Hall of Fame career, but it is just
absolutely.
shocking
Yeah.
how little he has
Well,
played.
I mean, I think at this point we can officially put him in Ken Griffey Jr. territory of the
General Soreness.
Yeah, of the just this guy could have been the best we've ever seen if he was healthy for his entire career.
So I'm going to go moving forward saying that the Angels are sticking with Mike Trout. He will not be traded. And they're going to try and build around him and give him a run.
So you're buying as the Angels.
No.
Oh,
No.
you're selling.
Absolutely. Because the Angels have technically 3 guys on the payroll next year. Trout, Yusei Kikuchi, and a club option on Robert Stevenson. That's it.
I want to hear you say Kikuchi more.
Kikuchi. Now, that doesn't include, like I said, arbitration. There's a lot of arbitration guys. Joe Adele, Zach Neto, Jose Soriano, Reed Demers, Logan O'Hoppe, all are arbitration eligible. So if they stuck with the Angels, they would probably still be on the Angels next year, and that would go towards the payroll.
Neto will get a nice pay. O'Hoppe is killing himself.
Did you notice a name I did not say will be on the Angels payroll next year?
Soriano.
Anthony Rendon
Oh, they finally
is coming
get it.
off the books next year.
Who's going to take him?
No, they're not trading. He's going to be off the
an
books
expiring
next year.
contract.
Yeah.
Yes.
Expiring contract.
He's not.
Sorry.
I don't even think he's playing baseball at all. But
Yeah, an expired career on an
the
expiring
point is,
contract.
they're going to have a lot of open money next
It's
year.
one of the worst contracts ever.
in sports. Yes, it was quite bad. So they're going to have a lot of money to spend next year. I can see them trying to buy a lot of the free agents and try and build something around Trout to make a run at it. That's next year.
They should pay a guy like Ohtani.
They should.
Oh,
That would have been fun.
Oh, wait.
So what does that mean for the trade deadline from them this year? There are some interesting things they could do.
Tell us, Mr. Nels.
I will. The first name that will be gone, 100%, is Jorge Soler. Power bat, yeah, Ben's very excited because he has some very successful postseason experiences, Ben knows, for the 2021 Braves. He's a power bat off the bench. There are, I don't know, 20 or so teams in the majors right now who could use a power bat off the bench, I'm sure.
I was cheering like that because he may come up in my GM discussion.
Exactly.
So let's make a deal.
Yeah, we can. Joe Adell, he's having a little bit of a down year this year, but he hit for a ton of home runs last year. We saw the crazy defensive game he had earlier this year where he robbed 3 home runs.
And then had a home run bounce off his head.
He did, yeah.
It's funny to see the 3 home run robbery in a game guy also pull a Jose Canseco.
It's very Canseco.
He would be under team control through till 2028, so next year. Almost all of these guys, with the exception of Soler, are in team control at least next year.
Yeah.
Which means the Angels can ask for more players and a bigger haul. Logan O'Hoppe, who's been okay. He's a free agent 2029. I'm guessing he's a catcher, by the way. I'm guessing they hang on to him. Zach.
He's been one of the worst catchers in baseball this year, based on WAR. So it's one of those. We'll see what ends up.
WAR.
happening.
What is it good for?
Yeah.
Telling you when a
Absolutely
catcher is
nothing.
defensively garbo.
An interesting one is Zach Neto.
Yeah.
Who's their best player outside of Trout. Shortstop, first round pick, late 20s, under team control until 2030. They could get a haul. The bad news is that, and they also have a guy on shortstop in their minor leagues who's coming up, he's very, very close. He's been raking it in AAA. In fact, I think he's on the big league team now playing third. So they could get a haul for Neto. The problem is I don't know of a lot of teams that need a shortstop, which is amazing to say, but
It is odd to say that.
it is.
I know one.
Yes. I was even looking like
Teams that are buyers that need a shortstop.
I know one.
Is this an allusion to later?
It will be revealed.
okay.
Don't
Maybe we
lift the
can make a
curtain
deal.
just yet.
The only one that could come close is the Yankees. They're always looking to add on. They have. No, I have them pulled up here somewhere. Rage Yankees. There they are.
Dude, Boone will be 6 feet under before they give up on Volpe. I swear to God.
Well, Volpe, but they also have a kid, Jose Caballero. And I say kid, he's 29. He's been serviceable.
You mean a Gold Glove caliber defensive shortstop that they've been playing in left field where he's terrible so that Volpe can get ABs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out our friends in New York.
As we currently watch the Yankees. Yeah, shout out NYMLB Talk.
That was
one of them's happy. One of them is sad, I can tell you that.
The other team that could maybe use him is the Blue Jays, because obviously their shortstop, Bo Bichette, took a hike last year. And they've been playing.
I bet he's regretting that decision this year.
And they've been stuck with Andres Jimenez, he's okay, but obviously I think Zach Neto would be a huge upgrade there.
And is he? The Blue Jays aren't very good either.
They are not.
I can't figure the Blue Jays out, man. We don't have to talk about
They've
that.
lost 6 in a row.
Yeah. Well, I can figure that 6 out, but the other ones are confusing.
Okay, so what are you doing then?
I don't know if there is a team out there that would be willing to give up what you could get for Zach Neto. Like you'd have to almost clear out like the top 5 prospects.
But you would put him on the market and say,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
we're listening for offers is what you would do
Absolutely.
as the GM right now.
Everybody
Couple weeks
but
before
Trout,
the All-Star break.
Everybody but Trout is up for grabs for me. And that's just because Trout doesn't want to
Yeah.
go.
And saying that you're not necessarily moving everybody, but you're saying
Yeah.
anybody wants to talk
got
about anybody on my roster.
I got 14 guys on my list that could possibly go and net something decent. You have Josh Lau, veteran outfielder,
Mhm.
who's not a free agent until 2029.
Left-handed hitter with a little bit of pop.
Yep.
Can be a good bench piece for a team competing.
Adam Frazier, veteran second baseman. He'd be a rental because he's a free agent next year. You're probably not getting a lot for him. Big one, Reed Detmers, left-handed pitcher.
I saw, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you here
Yeah.
real quick on that. I saw a tweet from somebody. I don't remember who it was, but it was one of the most moronic tweets I've ever seen. And it was by
I
somebody.
told you to stay off my Twitter.
No, it was by somebody that actually has somewhat of a reputation in sports media.
It wasn't mine.
Yeah. And they said if the Angels shop Reed Detmers, his price should be should be over what the Tigers should be asking for Skubal. Though that was a legitimate tweet from a legitimate sports writer.
Was this Boomer Esiason?
No, I said a legitimate sports writer.
Writer. Yeah, he can't spell.
I don't 100% disagree with that because you are getting Reed Detmers for 2.5 years.
Yeah, 2029 he's a free agent.
And you are getting Skubal, a superior pitcher in theory, coming off of injury for a half a year. Mm-hmm. So I would not be surprised if the haul for a Detmers, were he to be traded, would be equal to a 2-month rental of Skubal.
Well, if you're trading for Skubal, you are trying to win the World Series.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
You're not caring about next year. You're not caring about that. You're trying. So I could see Skubal getting the bigger haul, but you are correct in that Detmers, you're getting him for a few seasons.
Yeah.
You're also Jose Siriano, another one, not free agent until 2029, and a pitcher named Walbert Urena. All these guys have been very good. They have like 3 pretty good starting pitchers. Their bullpen, not too bad as well. You have veteran Brett Suter. He'd be a rental. He's gone next year. And then some young arms, Sam Bachman, Chase Silleth. They're not free agents until 2031.
Okay.
So they're guys you can pick. And then a guy maybe Josh's Tigers would want. Maybe they want to swap a couple of late 30s former closer all-stars. Kirby Yates. Kirby Yates is having a resurgence year.
Is it because no one's paying attention to him because he's in Anaheim?
Yes. He has been very, very good this year. So he's right there under Soler as a guy who will be moved. So I could see 14 guys. I could see 10 of these guys getting moved.
Tigers ain't adding anything.
Okay.
I would be surprised if Neto got moved just because of there's a lot of, like I said, there's not a lot of teams that are looking for a shortstop.
One thing that I would say is you said that he's a free agent in 2029. That
Neto?
Yeah.
He'll be a free agent in 2030.
In 2030. Okay. So that's a ways away. That's a long time to hold on to a cornerstone player.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can turn your team around to some form of respectability between here and there.
Yes.
So definitely not something, I feel like that's something where with either Detmers or with Neto, but especially Neto, you really need to give a Godfather offer to the Angels to say, hey, we're going to take this player off you because we want you to operate as though you are going to be the dregs of the league for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad bet.
No.
But that's not what the front office of the Angels wants to admit.
No. So I'd say Soler, Yates, definitely gone. Because those are the type of players you see moved every year. At least one of their starting pitchers are probably going to go. Somebody's going to need help. I think, and we talked about them a little earlier, the Chicago White Sox, their rotation, the top end of it's very good. The back end has been a little rough and beat up.
You're just straight up stealing my ideas now.
Well, you let me go first. That's on you. So I could see the White Sox. And by the way, they've been bad for a while, which means their farm system is loaded. And I think did they have the top pick again this year? 1 or 2, because they were awful last year. So they're going to load up again. So they're a year or 2 ahead of where we thought they would be.
Yeah.
They made the leap. So you don't know when you're going to get that second chance.
I think the White Sox are maybe playing a little bit with fire because they are ahead of schedule. So you wonder if they're going to be desperate to make the leap even closer.
I don't know if they're going to be desperate, but they need starting pitching, and they have the bullets to spare.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
I think there will be a White Sox Angels trade for one of their starting pitchers. Full prediction.
I would like now to talk about my Tampa Bay Rays.
Please do.
Because I think that there is a potential partnership that can be made between the Angels and the Rays. The Angels have got a couple of pieces that the Rays could make use of. But first, I want to set the playing field for where the Rays stand right now. They're currently in first place in the AL East. The team that should be superior to them, the New York Yankees, is currently without their best player in Aaron Judge. He is injured. I don't know how often that the field of a weak AL East, a weak AL in general, is going to present itself. So in my mind, this is a point where the Tampa Bay Rays might really consider to go. There's also an external factor, which is Tampa Bay has now committed about $900 million towards a new stadium. That has been approved generally, but there are a couple more hurdles that need to be cleared in order for those funds and that land use to get approved. So I think that Tampa Bay coming out and having a trade deadline where they add in some high caliber, high impact players and show the community that they are invested in putting a highly competitive team onto the field is going to pay dividends, not necessarily just in this season, but also in the court of public opinion. So right now, Tampa is sitting at the 28th highest payroll in all of baseball at $108 million. I don't expect them to go crazy and add in another $100 million, but it's well within their realm to be able to add in maybe another $20 or $30 million and get up into the realm of the Twins, the Pirates, Minnesota, those types of things where they're still at that lower tier of payroll, but they are nowhere near how low they are right now. What they've got right now is they've got a lineup that is really composed of three hitters. You've got Junior Caminero, you got Yandy Diaz, and you got Jonathan Aranda, and not much else. So the Rays need hitters, and they need hitters badly, and they need them at just about any position. I think the easiest place for them to fill in is going to be to get rid of Cedric Mullins and kick him to the curb. They signed him to a 1-year deal. He has been playing very poorly. His center field is okay, but it's not great. And all they would need to do is potentially, shift Chandler Simpson into that center field role, or even call up their center field prospect in order to be able to play a defensive center field. And they just need some left-handed corner outfield spots, of which there are aplenty. So, they might go to the Rockies and they might try to pry away a Mickey Moniak or a Jake McCarthy, which would be very easy to get away. Those are very inexpensive, cheap players. They could go to the Twins and get either Taylor or Trevor Larnach or Matt Wallner. They could go to the Orioles and try to get Taylor Ward, who is a right-handed bat, but also would be a huge offensive improvement beyond that. If they wanted to go real big game hunting and try to lessen the burden of a team that's kind of near and dear to Nels's heart, maybe they go and get Young-Hoo Lee, which would be a really good fit for him. And Young-Hoo Lee doesn't he feel like a Ray? Doesn't he feel like he should be a player, like a high on base, high average defensive first player that's going to knock the ball around? They also could go to the Twins and improve their catching situation significantly by getting Ryan Jeffers. I also would expect them to add in some form of starting pitching. So right now where they're at, they've got, really, pretty good starting pitching that is at the top end, but they could use anybody, like a 4 or 5 starter to complement, who they've got rolling out right now. Shane McClanahan, I think we're expecting a little bit more for, but if they went out and decided that they wanted to get an ace, I think that could be something that they could do. So it wouldn't surprise me if they called up about Sonny Gray. I don't know if, Robbie Ray or Sandy Alcantara really fit the bill, but it would certainly be a better number 4 starter than what they've got going on right now.
Robbie Ray has been pitching much, much better.
He's been pitching much better, but I think that there's sort of that top tier of pitcher. You might put Sonny Gray kind of a class above him.
He's more consistent. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm talking sort of a guy that you'd really feel comfortable taking the ball on a playoff game.
And the Rays have already been relying upon a 4-man rotation for the most part as it is, and throwing bullpen games out there. So another starter is definitely in their future.
Yeah. When also their bullpen has been, maybe it's because it's been leaned on so heavily. They do have some, top end guys that have been doing fairly well. But in general, there are definitely a lot of pieces that they need to add in. I don't think that they're going to go out and get a top end closer, but they're definitely going to go in and, round out that bullpen and bring in some better arms. They've got a lot of players. They've only got Yandy Diaz, Steven Matz, and Drew Rasmussen. Those are the only players that they've got officially on the books for 2027. They've got nothing but flexibility right now. I think between the stadium deal, the situation that's going on with the AL East, specifically the situation that's going on with Aaron Judge, it is a good time to strike and for them to sort of push some chips in and try to really go for it, because I could see them adding in some players and maybe even someone the likes of Zach Neto, who would be that bridge between they get into him now and they can say to it, okay, like you can start coming to Rays games today. And also Zach Neto is going to be our starting shortstop for when we open up the new stadium in 2029. Get ready for it. Buy some season tickets. It's going to be Zach Neto. It's going to be Junior Caminero. Like, go see them. Chandler Simpson hopefully will turn into, something more. Like he's
Luis Ariz with speed.
Well, he's more than Luis Ariz. Well, he's way more speed than Luis Ariz. I need him to hit for average.
Yeah. But
now,
that's the kind of guy that you want. Like Luis Ariz is unfortunately station to station and has no speed. So just getting on base isn't super great.
Right.
But with Chandler Simpson, a single could be a triple by the way that he could steal bases.
Yes, but I do need Chandler Simpson right now. His batting average is at 268.
It has fallen off a bit from early in the year.
If I could get a Chandler Simpson up into like a 285, 290 range, that would be enormous. But I think with his speed, he can definitely still stay in the lineup and backfill for Cedric Mullins, who just right now, that is the one player that they've got where I look at him and not particularly fast, not good with the bat, old, on an expiring deal. There's no reason that you can't just part ways with him and either send him back to a team just because they're going to be sending you a player and you want to show your fan base that you got some sort of a name in return, as well as all these young prospects that you actually were buying for. And it's going to help the Rays be able to sell that to ownership, that they're not adding in all of the salary of the acquiring player. But I expect that they're going to make a lot of change. Taylor Walls is their shortstop right now. Also, someone that they signed in free agency that just has not been producing to what they'd liked. Fine with the glove, horrible with the bat. And, if they brought in someone like Zach Neto, I don't know if there's any shortstop beyond Zach Neto that really would be on the shopping list. So it's really kind of Zach Neto if they want to make that big splash or bust.
Especially since he's still very cheap for a while, which is right in the Rays.
Do they want
wheelhouse.
Willie Adames back?
They probably would. I actually
if you eat all of his salary, they would take him.
The entire point of getting rid of him.
I think that would be something that I could see the Rays very easily doing something like that, where it winds up that they take on something that's got an enormous salary attached to it on paper, but it winds up being the team that's sending that player away that is taking on the large majority of that salary. That way the Rays don't have to give up a ton when it comes to prospect capital to get them on, even if they're taking on $10 or $15 million a year in some sort of acquiring salary. They've got that type of economic flexibility going forward, and it should be something that they would then entertain. I selected this team because I think it is going to be one of the splashiest and most exciting teams, and also
just you wait until my turn
because they don't have a lot of contributors and they don't have a lot of salaries. There's not anyone who is anchored into the starting lineup right now that is not easily either DFA'd or sent back to another team. So it's going to be really cool. I would expect them to acquire about 5 or 6 players in the trade deadline. I think that it's going to be a pretty big move.
Okay. What do you think, Josh?
Do you like that for your Rays?
I don't hate it.
Okay.
That's
about as good as you can get from Josh.
Well, yeah, because I don't know. It's always tough, especially with a team that is so handicapped when it comes to payroll.
Not handicapped. They choose not to spend. All I'm telling you,
self-handicapped
not
when
to
it comes to
run.
payroll.
no. They can spend. I'm not saying that they have to spend $250 million. They can spend 135.
For a team that chooses to never spend any money, is that better?
Yeah,
It's always tough to get your
for
expectations.
cheap teams.
Yeah, it's tough to get your expectations too high for what they will swing. And so your proposals are ones that I think improve the team for now, improve the team for later, and sit within what they are willing to, not what they can, but what they are willing to spend to do so. So, yeah, I mean, if I was a Rays fan, I would be happy with that. If you had a direct line to the general manager, I would be happy with what you were feeding him as advice.
Well, let's hear what Boston has to say about it.
Oh, Boston is an interesting
Sell
case.
everybody.
Well, so here's the interesting thing. So I initially picked them thinking absolutely that. When we had this conversation, pick a team, I went, Boston is near the bottom of the standings. They've got a bunch of players that they could sell. I don't think they have as much sellable pieces as I initially thought they did. And I think that they have some very interesting names and an interesting roster that has been plagued by injury a bit this year, that they'll have, the following year and years to come, that'll come back. So I don't think that they need to strip down and straight rebuild. But part of the question is, when you're looking at the Red Sox, they have a payroll this year of $244 million. They have committed for next year $247 million. The luxury tax threshold for this year is $244 million. They are sitting exactly at the luxury tax. What does 2027 look like from a labor standpoint for what your payrolls need to be? And how concerned are you, if you're the Red Sox, that situation is going to be a problem for you? Because they have several big contracts that they've got another year of that they can unload and get some value from, while keeping them in a spot that works well if you assume nothing changes next year for luxury tax. I'm going to go off that assumption because we have no way of knowing if it's even a luxury tax. Is it a salary cap? Will there be anything like that? How is the different aprons potentially going to look? But they're sitting right at that line. I think they've got really good starting pitching in general on this team. Peyton Tolley has looked really good as a young starting pitcher. Ranger Suarez has been really good, one of their big offseason signings. Connolly Early has been solid, not a star, but very solid as another young arm. And they've got some coming up in their minor league system. They also have Garrett Crochet, who has been hurt for most of the year. All the year. Still hurt. But that's another guy. So their rotation is in pretty good shape. They have Sonny Gray for the rest of this year, and then a mutual option for 2027 that is a $25 million mutual option.
And for listeners, mutual options do not exist. It's an ethereal idea.
Does the team want you back or not?
Well, not only does the team want, it's this magical thing of the team saying, yes, we will pay you $25 million. And the player saying, you know what? I cannot get one penny more than $25 million in the free market, and both agreeing to a $25 million. It's never an agreement that is the exact correct price that a player should get for the next year. Mutual options, somebody declines to pick up that mutual option. They do not exist.
Most of the time, which essentially makes him a rental arm.
Yes.
At $21 million. So if you're the Red Sox, the difficult thing is you look at your roster and you feel like you have a relatively strong roster in a very weak AL, a weak AL East, but there's a lot of teams to jump. And if you're being realistic, this isn't the year. You can shed that salary. You can either take Sonny Gray, and he is pitching well enough to fetch a good return on the market this year. So you can either trade him and get something back, or you'll lose him for nothing, essentially, at this point. So I think you move him knowing that next year you'll have Crochet back. Your number 2 prospect in your system is having an absolutely phenomenal year in AA. You assume he's not that far away. Your young pitchers are pitching really well. You have wiggle room in your rotation. You can cut some salary out of there, looking at what 2027 and beyond may be, for salary cap, for luxury tax, whatever it may be. You've also got some other old guys with more than 1 year left. You've got a Wilson Contreras making $17 million. He probably can't catch anymore at this point, but a desperate team might be able to get him to spot a few games behind the plate. Still a productive bat, but making a lot of money if you want to shed some salary. He's got 1 more year. That would take $17.25 million off of next year as well. Right-handed bat. We're talking about these teams that might want a right-hand platoon bat. I mean, he can play first base. He can DH. He can maybe spot you a couple games behind the plate. And then really, this is kind of counterintuitive, but the Red Sox biggest issue is their bullpen. If you look at their roster, they've got a bunch of good young position players, some that are kind of holes in the lineup overall. But overall, pretty decent lineup. Their starting pitching has been fantastic. Their bullpen has been not good, except for Aroldis Chapman. Aroldis Chapman is making the 5th most money of any player on the Red Sox roster right now. He is under control for 1 more year. He is also 38 years old. You can probably net yourself a decent return, even though he's that old, for a closing pitcher who still has it on a contender. Even though he's 38, you're betting 39 probably doesn't show the same that 38 is. At some point, everybody's got to fall off, right? Do you take that bet, sell him off, know your bullpen is going to be garbage this year, get stuff in return, and take the money that you are going to save from trading Sonny Gray, maybe either Yoshida or Contreras? You probably have to move one of those 2 guys, and Contreras is the only one with value. And you move Chapman. You save $50 million on next year's payroll by moving those guys. Invest that in the bullpen and get some good resources back. I think you kind of take a look at those kind of guys, those aging guys that can be very useful for a competing team that have more than a year left. So they've still got some extra value there that you want to shed some salary. You want to get some pieces back. You feel good about your future, and you can take that money and reinvest it in your bullpen, in some of these positions in your lineup that you need to shore up a little bit over what they've got now.
Just real quick, I see Aroldis Chapman has, I think 27 next year is a mutual option.
That's not what Spot Rack is showing me.
I'm seeing it on Baseball Reference. I don't know if they're
I was looking at Spot Rack for salaries and the for the future table.
Yeah.
So you could be right. I'm pulling up.
Yeah,
it does say 27 mutual option on Baseball Reference. Spot Rack has it as just a normal year, so I don't know the exacts of his contract.
Yeah.
That's conflicting sources from 2 usual payroll.
I think the
resources.
interesting thing. So I was looking at to see whether Chapman would be a good fit, and the hard thing that I come up with is who is actually going to take him.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Ben says the Braves will have him.
It's an elite closer at the deadline.
That's not my team I'm doing this for.
Yeah.
I was just looking, I'm just like, who is a team that is not scared of that contract, where if they look at it and 27, they've got to diminished version of Chapman, and he's not what it is. But that's okay because, they went in because they were going for 26, and it all made all the difference. So you're loose with your purse. You don't have, a closer that are relying upon heavily. And I just was looking at it, I was like, I don't know where he goes and where he fits. But Ben obviously dug into it
White
more
Sox.
and knew better.
I don't see them taking on that contract.
The
I
White
think they're
Sox?
more of a Kirby Yates.
I don't think the White Sox would be comfortable with investing that money at that position.
Yeah.
I
could see
think
him
it would
taking
be
Kirby
fun,
Yates.
and it's only one extra year. It adds a real punch to a year where they can really take advantage of everybody else faltering. I think it could be interesting. And don't cry poor for the White Sox.
No.
They
No,
have
no, no,
had
no.
massive payrolls in the past. It is Chicago. They can, they just don't.
Everyone-
And if you really want to say, hey, the AL Central blows donkey this year. They're terrible. They're awful. We're going to win this division. We might get a bye as a top 2 seed.
I think-
we can really take advantage.
I think Ben has the winner, though. I just
Go
looked
get
at
it.
his team.
Yep. Okay. I'll turn it over to Ben, though, because that's a perfect transition.
Well, I'm very glad that I brought you all here today. My name is Mariners General Manager Jerry DePoto.
Oh,
And
you look
I-
different.
I know I got a surgery, and I'm here to tell you what my team needs, what we're gonna get, and why we are still going to the World Series from the American League.
Ooh la la.
So here are my biggest needs as Jerry DePoto, like I just told you I am. I need a right-handed bat, specifically one that can hit left-handed pitching. My lineup is loaded with left-handed hitters.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Fair.
Hey, would you like one Wilson Contreras?
I would not. Thank you so much for offering.
Maybe
him
a
up.
Jorge Soler.
Can
I interest you in that?
Might be interesting.
Well, Josh Naylor is minus 0.4 in WAR at first base and kind of a prick. So if you would like to take on a Wilson Contreras,
Well,
the Red Sox will listen.
so
This Cal Raleigh guy isn't having a great year. Ship him out.
I need some power, and I need some good right-handed hitters that can hit left-handed pitching. I need batting balance, and I need high leverage bullpen relief. So here are my options. Here's what I want to do, and you guys tell me if you would be willing to accept or deny this trade or these moves. Here are the two that I'm targeting. My right-handed bats. Taylor Ward from Baltimore. He offers me some pretty established right-handed power, hits left-handers pretty well. Or Matt Vierling from Detroit.
Take him.
Defensive versatility across the outfield. Reliable bat against lefties.
I thought you were looking for power.
Again, I'm for lefty hitting left-handed pitching, I need reliability because I don't have that with my righties right now. My return for either of those players is Michael Arroyo. He is our shortstop prospect, number 5 prospect in our club right now.
Hey, Ben.
Hold on.
Shut up. Stop talking. The Tigers will give you Matt Vierling for Michael Arroyo. Hey, you don't need to speak any further. If that deal came across Scott Harris's desk and he did anything other than sign it so fast to make sure that they did not come back on that, I would want not only him run out of town, but somebody to come back with his head on a spike and put it outside of Comerica Park to show what we do to shitty GMs. So, yes, if that's what you want for Matt Vierling, you don't even need to talk any further.
Guys, this press conference turned a little violent. If everybody could.
Sounds like you might be overpaying.
Hold on,
It sounds
hold on,
like
hold
Detroit
on.
is bidding against themselves.
Hold on. Here's the thing, though. There's a log jam in the middle of my infield. Michael Arroyo is never going to see the middle of my infield. He's actually playing left field in the minors just to get playing time. So, with that being said, and obviously Vierling and Ward are both arbitration eligible, highly controllable assets rather than expiring deals. With Colt Emerson, Cole Young, and JP Crawford, I can't find a place for Michael Arroyo to come up to the club. I've even got JP Crawford playing third base. It is not his natural position. But I can't turn down the young guys that have better bats and better arms.
Isn't JP Crawford a free agent
Next year, I
next
believe.
year?
Next year, yes. So this is why I'm looking at 26 specifically. I'm not necessarily looking down the road too much. Here's the other thing that I said I needed. I need bullpen relief. So here's who I'm targeting. Antonio Senzatela from the Rockies. Quietly has revitalized his career this year in a relief role. He's got a 2.33 ERA. I like what he's doing. However, maybe he has the same issue with somebody in Anaheim, where if no one's looking, he's great. And if they are, maybe he's not. And the other one I'm looking at is Aroldis Chapman. And the return is going to be salary relief. And maybe a 2 or 3 tier pitching prospect. I'm not giving up a lot for those guys because I think both of those teams need to dump some salary and both of them have a piece that I can use. Senzatela is probably not closing for me, but he gives me enough arms to get to the end of a game where I don't have to burn a good relief pitcher that much. This one is tough for me, though, because I think Chapman makes more sense for us this year. However, I think Senzatela is the better one to choose. But we'll come back to that.
I got another one that you can probably pry away pretty cheaply.
Well, here's my wild card.
Okay.
You want Kenley Jansen?
Nope. Here's my wild card, and this is what I want to do as the GM, and fans may not like it at first, but they're going to understand the plan. I'm trading away Luis Castillo.
Okay.
Now, my current roster has 6 healthy starting pitchers. There's not really a spot for Luis Castillo to remain on this team, and I can use him to get something else. He is expensive. He's currently on a $22.75 million contract, and it runs through next year with a vesting option for 2028. So, sorry guys, we signed that. That was a mistake. I think it's time that we look at desperate contenders. And the White Sox are who I'm looking at because they've got 2 starting pitchers on the IL right now in Noah Schultz and Drew Thorpe. They can use this guy. I can't. And what I'm going to do with that flexibility that it gives me off my books is I'm going to go right to Nels. I would like one Jorge Soler, please. Or I'm going to go to Tyler, and I would like one Josh Bell, please.
Yes, you can have Josh Bell.
Yes, you can have Jorge Soler.
You guys are easy.
Ben, you want every team's, take this bum.
First of all, Josh Bell and Jorge Soler, both hitting better against left-handed pitching than our current DH in Dominic Canzone or Canzoni. I don't even care to know his name that much. That's how much I dislike him. I think my moves at this deadline show the team that we were so close last year that we just need a few tweaks, and these tweaks are what will send us back or send us to the World Series in 2026 against the Cubs. And the Mariners are going to win.
The Tigers would like to thank you for your service. Matt Vierling, best of luck. Hope you get a World Series. Michael Arroyo, welcome to the D, baby.
Where are you going to put him?
We'll figure that one out anytime.
You're going to put him in the outfield?
Second base.
He's played a lot of outfield. You could put him out there.
Yeah, we could, or we could put him at second base.
Good.
Depending on what we think about Hao Lee.
What do you think?
We've got 30 spots of guys
that's great. But what do you think about my ideas?
I like your ideas. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that is actually the one team that I had not thought about as a place for Aroldis Chapman, and it does make sense that they would take that on because
not they, us.
Right? Yeah. Yes. You.
Here.
What you are really comfortable with is taking on a $13 million a year salary. Aroldis Chapman does want to pitch in a big stage, and I think that the Mariners can provide that for him. And I think that he's going to enjoy working with that team, with that pitching staff, with those pitching coaches. That'll be really exciting for you. I look forward to him being on your team.
Thank you so much.
I don't know what happened to Andres Munoz.
Yeah,
this season
he was lights
it's
out
his
last
control.
year. Yeah,
He did this thing called being in the bullpen that has killed many a career over the years of baseball history. Bullpen arms are notoriously unreliable, and that's why a guy like Chapman is so rare to find, where they're just reliable and lights out for so many years. Bullpen guys are good one year, terrible another.
I would also like to just really quickly, as Jerry DiPoto again, teams do not call me about Cade Anderson or Ryan Sloan. We're not giving them up.
What about Julio Rodriguez?
I would consider it for whom?
Matt Beerling.
No.
You wanted him.
I want him for a prospect.
Hey, Skubal and Veerling.
No, I just told you I don't have a spot for a sixth pitcher. What am I going to do with a seventh?
Flip another one.
I think you find a spot for Skubal.
I understand that. Well,
Sorry, guys, I have no spot for Skubal.
Put him at third.
Logan Gilbert.
Guys, don't trade me Paul Skeens either.
No. Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, George Kirby. Those are the three protecteds. So I can move my fourth and my fifth. Yes, I would put Skubal in the lineup.
Sure, but you're not going.
But who wants him, right?
You're not going to pay what it's going to cost to acquire him as the Mariners,
Especially since he just won arbitration. No, not at all.
So this name didn't come up, and it's not necessarily
Mark Grace.
No. Mark Grace, unlikely to be moved at this year's trade deadline. But one relief pitcher that I'll be curious, kind of having a lights out year right now, flying under the radar for the New York Mets.
Well, that's why.
I thought about this one too.
Because it's weird. Like, he's not been a good pitcher, but he's having a lights out season.
It's not a good pitcher.
Huáscar Brazoban.
Yeah.
He is 36 years old.
Also a great name.
Yes. He made his first appearance in the league at the age of 32. So, and he is making a whopping $1.05 million this year. So any team can have him. He currently has a 1.94 ERA. He's got a sub 1 whip. He's been used frequently in a 2-inning role coming out of the bullpen, as well as being opener for the team. He's having a great year. He's going to get moved. I'm going to be curious if this is just, one half of a great season, or if he actually found something this year and he's going to be a weapon for somebody in the playoffs.
Pitching in New York, so it's not even like no one's looking at me.
Well, but he's not the closer. He's not like the high leverage guy. He's just a guy who's having a phenomenal year. And so, I'm just going to be curious to see where he goes and if he's able to continue this season, because I love, this is, rookie of the year type territory where the old man comes out and really finds it.
I would like to thank you all for coming to Jerry DePoto's press conference. It's been really an honor to tell you my plans that are supposed to be kept secret, but I wanted to do it publicly this year. So thank you. Wow, what happened? It's like I blacked out.
I don't know. You went into a fugue state. Your eyes rolled into the back of your head, and there was this light that was emanating from behind your head.
We took on our general manager dreams.
Did we?
Yeah.
How'd I do?
Honestly, really good for you. You're the king of doing stupid things in your opinions, you did pretty good.
You know why I did okay? It wasn't my team.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why I did okay.
Credit where credit's due. You were coherent and made moves that made sense.
I do think trading Luis Castillo it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but it's going to make them better.
I don't think it's that unpopular.
You did a lot better at that than you did at the pitching game that you were so adamant about you doing a good job, and all of us saying you reached real hard for some guys.
I was pretty confident in what I picked, and
Tyler,
that was unfounded. That was unfounded.
Would you like to go over the results of this before we get into our closing segments?
All right. Thank you. So loyal listeners, you may have remembered from 2 episodes ago, and this is the last time that we've been back on a regular episode. We all had if I had to have a starting pitcher take the mound tomorrow, who would I want? We based the scoring off of the Bill James pitch game score.
Can I retroactively take Logan Webb?
No, that's not where it works.
Nerds.
How did I do on the Rick James scale?
So to round it out, we've got Josh.
Your couch.
Super freaky.
Josh selected Christopher Sanchez, Paul Skeens, Chris Sale, and Joe Ryan.
Crap.
I selected Shohei Ohtani, Cam Schlittler, Chase Burns, and Kyle Harrison.
Good.
Ben selected Gavin Williams, Davis Martin, Braxton Ashcraft, Jose Seriano.
I don't understand why that lost.
Crap. Not only did it lose, but you were 66 points behind me for third.
Nels selected Jacob Mizrowski, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Garrett Cole, and Brian Wu. And I won. I won. So
You won the game that you chose.
Total
Big surprise.
Three of us were very solid together,
Yes.
and then there was Ben.
So
I want to apologize to everyone I chose.
So the game score
No,
is
I don't.
The game score is just a general measure of you get points for every inning complete, you get points added for strikeouts, you get points subtracted for hits and walks, and then you wind up with a number. That number, typically, if you're in the 60s to 70s, that is a very, very good pitching outing. If you get above 80, that is going to be the lead story in sports of the day. And then if it's anything above that, that could be the talk of the lead story of sports for the month.
Jason Stark will write an article about you on The Athletic.
Exactly. And so that's what I wanted to talk about.
So what did I score?
Okay, so not well. Your players, Gavin Williams gave you a 53, which is about an average score. Davis Martin gave you a 19, which is getting absolutely rocked.
Yeah. If you had multiple 19 game score outings in a season, you would be looking for another job.
Yep. And then you got 30 from Braxton Ashcraft and 38 from Jose Siriano, which is probably like to put that into context. That's probably like I pitched 5 innings, let up 4 runs ish. It's not the worst in the world, but it's nowhere near good.
See, this is why the White Sox need to take Luis Castillo.
The Nels selected the player who had the highest game score of all of our pitchers in Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He got a 78.
Boo.
Of course, the World Series MVP.
Boo. I was hoping he'd tank.
But the reason that I wanted to come back to this is not to bask in all of my ball knowledge glory, but it's rather that a couple of starts after that, if not the very next start after Nels' selection of Jacob Mizrowski. Jacob Mizrowski went out and had, by my account, it would have been perhaps an argument for the best starting pitching game performance in the past 30, 40 years. Maybe even the best ever.
Better than Kerry Wood.
And so we have got some pitching scores here. So, we've got, if we butter knife the stats and take a look at these things, what Mizrowski did was he had a Maddox, which is any time that you pitch a complete game shutout in less than 100 pitches. He did that while striking out 15 players, which is unheard of. Kerry Wood, who has in the wild card era the best game score of any pitcher, he pitched 122 pitches. He struck out 20. He hit 1. He had a balk. He gave up 1 hit, and that was worth 105 Bill James game score points. And
what was number 2?
Number 2 was Max Scherzer.
And what did he do that game?
He just happened to go into the playoffs and absolutely shove it down the Mets' throat. 9 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 17 strikeouts. Well, that would be a perfect game, sir. In the playoffs.
17 strikeout perfecto.
In the playoffs.
So that was good.
It was very good.
That was a good thing he did. Okay.
Look, all respect to Kerry Wood, and that 20 strikeout 1 hit game. I'm taking a 17 strikeout perfecto every day.
You taking a perfect game in the playoffs over a 20
I guess I
strikeout
should
regular
say-
season game? No kidding.
What? No, there was. I assume there's an error.
No, not the playoffs. It was like
end of the regular season.
It was end of the regular season. It was
okay,
the last
because
game
I
of
was
the
going to
regular
say
season.
going in
Don Larson's still the only perfect game in the playoffs,
Right, and so
But yeah, like the last week of the season. But yeah, I'll take that Scherzer perfecto. But 20K is in
It's
one
nothing
hit.
it's nothing to
is
sneeze
pretty
at.
damn. Those are two of the most elite pitching performances in history.
Yeah.
So the only pitcher to have a game score over 100 with pitches, there's been no pitches under 100. The next closest has been Clayton Kershaw, who won won a home game versus Colorado.
I'm looking at your screen right now, Tyler.
Yeah.
Is this all time?
No, this is all time pitches under 125.
And also that boo
Okay.
is just for the one YouTube commenter who comments on every one of our videos and says you guys are just Dodgers haters.
Oh,
So this is
Yeah.
since integration era, under 125 pitches. Clayton Kershaw 107 pitches. Also a perfect game, 15 strikeouts. That was 107, or that was a game score of 102. Jose De Leon, also a perfect game. Just 8 strikeouts with that. 109 pitches.
One hitter.
One hitter. Sorry.
One hitter, but 11 innings.
Yes. And then you've got Sandy Koufax's outing against the Cubs in 1965. His perfecto, 14 strikeouts, 113 pitches. So just to put it, like, this is what we're talking about. We're talking
amongst
about
perfect games and 11 inning one hitters.
amongst perfect games, amongst 20 strikeout performances. Jacob Mizrowski ranks for his game score in, it was a top 10 pitching performance of all time.
Soak it in, Brewers fans, because he's headed for Tommy John in about 2 years.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He is not.
He's also my favorite player because he's a Pokemon nerd
He's
and a metalhead.
Yeah, we talked about
I
it on the live
love
show.
it.
That's great.
And
And he shoves and he just does not look like an athlete if you just look at him. And then he pumps 105 and a half.
he looks
on
like
the
he's
gun.
11.
He looks
Yeah.
like Gilbert from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah. and then he throws 105.5. And it's nuts.
And my 13-year-old says the Miz gives him the biz.
There you go. That's fun. I like that. Yeah. We need shirts made of that. And then we go to Milwaukee.
Sell those shirts.
Yeah.
$1 million. Boom.
Make them.
Regardless, we should do a road trip to Milwaukee.
It was so fun last year. It's such a nice stadium.
All right.
All right. Are we ready
Should
for
we-
our favorite segment?
Absolutely
Turn
and
into our
always.
segments.
All right. Say it with me.
Avery demands answers.
Hey, Uncle Ben, why did everyone wear a glove?
All right. Thank you for that question, Avery. Guys, why does everyone wear a glove?
I actually, if nobody has any qualms, would like to field this one.
Go for it.
Because I think it's a slightly more interesting question than probably anybody else at this table. Considering my father-in-law just stayed with me for a month here, and we watched a lot of cricket. They also have a very hard round ball that they hit with a bat, and they do not have gloves. So it is a very interesting question, and I think a lot of it comes down to how close the fielders are to the balls that are being hit. These balls are hit 110 miles an hour off the bat coming down the line on the field, and you're 90 feet away. That's going to break your hand if you try to make a field, if you try to field that. So it's all for protection of the hand, but it is a very interesting question when you take something like cricket that is comparable in a lot of ways to ball size, the hardness of the ball, how hard the ball is hit, and realize that they do not wear gloves as well. So I do think that this is a more interesting question than it seems at the surface, considering cricket players, with exception of the wicket keeper, do not wear gloves. And they also hit the ball very hard. And it is a very hard ball that is hit at them. And they stand relatively close, especially in the first few overs. So the answer is to protect the hands so you don't break your hands. But it is an interesting question when you compare it to, related sports around the world that also have bat and ball and a hard ball and no gloves.
Yeah.
So the early baseball glove, like the first one, we're talking like late 1800s, it was almost just like an oven mitt
A gardening glove.
size.
Oh, even before that.
Yeah.
glove.
Before that, it was,
It's literally just like a padding.
it was like,
Motorcycle glove.
yeah,
With
like
the fingers cut off.
fingerless,
Yeah.
like cycling glove type
Yeah.
of a thing.
And then they evolved and they made it like the more kind of glove that we see. Didn't quite have a pocket. It still looked like a hand and maybe had a little bit of a webbing between the thumb and forefinger. Then they extended the pocket, and now it's kind of more the glove that we see, that big giant glove with the bigger pocket.
Yeah.
Your outfielders and your first baseman are going to have bigger gloves. Your infielders are going to have smaller gloves because they need to get the ball out quicker. And then your catcher has a very special called catcher's mitt because he's catching like 100-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah.
All game long.
Catching Jacob Mizorowski will do that to your hand.
Yeah, that's got to be fun. You ever see that slow motion video of the catcher catching
Yes.
the ball and it's just like,
It's crazy.
Yeah, it actually is really cool too. Like, discussion for another time because, you know, we don't have necessarily time right now to go into it. But as you're talking about the different gloves for outfielders, infielders, catchers, and also first basemen. First basemen have their own unique mitt too that helps them with some padding for throws fired across the diamond while also allowing them to scoop better on throws in the dirt.
So I guess we'd start out with Avery. Like, number one, they didn't always use gloves. They did start playing ball barehanded. And then I guess the reason that they wear gloves is because they are allowed to. And so it because the rules allowed them to wear a glove, they evolved the glove into something what you see today, which has got, about 12 inches for infielders, maybe a little under, 12 3/4 big for outfielders, with a little pocket built into it and webbing, and special. And it's just interesting. So, cricket, I'm not so sure about. The one thing I know about cricket is that it's similar, but also they replace baseballs after about 5 or 6 pitches, and cricket balls are used for entire games. And so,
Assuming they don't go into the stands.
And so I don't know if a cricket ball, because when you hit in cricket, you're not obliged to run. So you can hit the ball all over the place as long as you don't make an out. And so I don't know if that makes the ball softer over the course of a game or not.
It's an interesting theory. I don't think it would make much of a difference, but it is also a cork core that is wrapped in hard leather with stitching down the middle. Now, instead of 2 sides of stitching, it has the one stitch. No, it does have 2 stitching, but it's more down the middle instead of like around the edges. But they are actually surprisingly similar balls. I haven't thought about it getting hit a lot more, potentially softening it up just from pure amount of contact. Never thought about that point before, and that's an interesting thought on it.
And one reason that you might not think about that is because that idea came from someone who has no concept or idea of cricket. And so it comes from absolutely no place.
Well, great question this week, Avery. Thank you so much for submitting that. And now let's do some ballpark brews. Tyler, what do we have this week?
Cold beer that takes baseball views. Welcome back to Ballpark Brews. Crack it open, let's talk ball. One more round before last call.
Well, we have got straight from the banks of the Allegheny River, I think. Yeah. Yuengling. It's the world's oldest brewery, so says so on the can. I'm a little worried that these now have frozen. They feel over firm.
They don't feel frozen.
Not the only thing that feel what? They're not frozen.
Good.
Sorry, I know we usually save the opening for
That's
a
all right.
cheers, but I
can use
popped it
mine
open to
'cause
make sure it wasn't frozen.
I haven't opened mine yet.
So I was not aware of Yuengling until I went to Pittsburgh and partook of it firsthand. I believe my first Yuengling may have actually been at PNC Park, and I found it quite enjoyable. And so it's been a while since I've had one. They're not available in Minnesota. I think they were maybe 7 or 8 years ago, but lost distribution. So let's see what it tastes like today.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Clinkies.
Clinky, clinky.
Clinkies.
Yeah, Yuengling is interesting because it's a beer that's really well known in the region that it's sold, but its distribution is not as big as you would expect it to be.
I grew up in Ohio, and you couldn't get it when I was
and
21.
it's kind of interesting because you can't get it in Michigan. We used to have, when I was in college, people would go over to like Pennsylvania to visit family or friends or whatever and pick some up and bring it back.
Yep.
Can't really get it in Ohio. You can't get it in Minnesota.
You could get it in West Virginia, though.
You know where else you can get it? Florida.
Sure.
I drink a ton of it when I visit my parents in the winters when they're in Florida. It's at all of their town squares that they have music at, that they go listen to music. And the little alcohol booths have like 2 beers on tap and one is a Yingling. And I'm like, it's a weird place considering where it's like a local kind of cult classic.
Yeah.
And then somehow makes it to Florida, but it doesn't make it to this part of the Midwest.
This is the clue of beers.
Yeah. That would be a reference to another podcast that Ben recorded earlier today.
Go listen to Haven't Seen That in Forever.
So what I will start off with in saying a couple of sips in, Yingling still does not disappoint.
No.
It hits.
It is just it's a nice, clear, crisp lager. It's got a nice bit of maltiness to it. And so it's got a light drinking body to it, but still a good deal of flavor. And could just be nostalgia, but this is absolutely a home run for me.
I mean, you really can't say anything bad about Yingling. It is solid. It's easy to drink. It's crisp. It's really flavorful, which is not always something you can say about American lagers. I don't know why I morphed back into Jerry DiPoto, but I'm back now. No, it's really good. I've always liked Yingling. Even when we couldn't get it in Ohio, like Josh said, we had family and friends that would go across the border into Pennsylvania specifically just to buy this. It's very similar to people who go into Wisconsin now to get spotted cow and come back here to Minnesota.
New Glarus, shout out.
I love New Glarus.
Steven, aforementioned Steven used to go visit his family in Wisconsin and bring back cases of New Glarus for us to supply for a few months.
So does Big Alex when he goes to see his parents when they're in Wisconsin. It's a really easy drinking beer. It's smooth. It's tasty. It's not a home run quite for me. To me, this is it's a solid triple down the line where hopefully the team that your team is playing, their left fielder falls over.
I've had a lot of beer today. So my palate isn't really clear for a new beer and how to grade it properly. This is still good. I don't know how it would taste if I was cracking open the first one today as opposed to the uncountableth one. But I'm still going to give it a solid double. Maybe one of those really hard ground balls that gets to the infield, but it went where the outfielders were shifted the other way, and so they have to go a long way to get it, and he managed to stretch it into a double. I'm going to give it that.
If you give it a single, this beer gets the cycle.
So I am going to cycle it.
Yay!
But in a way that isn't like, oh, it's just a single. This is a beer that just hits. It's not exciting. It's not special outside of, distribution is not everywhere. So it was special for us, but it's just a nice crisp beer. It always hits. To me, it's kind of like an Ichiro. It's a Hall of Fame, always hits. Nothing big, nothing flashy, nothing booming, but it hits. And it's going to be a single, but it's a single while hitting 370.
Cycle!
So we'll give it. Is that our first cycle beer of the year?
First cycle beer.
Yingling is the Bryce Harper of beers.
See, I should have went last because I'm the one who stretched it into a double.
It got a reverse cycle too.
It did.
Yeah.
Homer, triple,
That's
double,
true.
single.
Much harder to do.
And it was a very solid single.
Was yours record. It could have been a double, but you stopped at first, so you got the cycle?
We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yes. Because it's Ichiro. He had the legs to stretch it out, but because we're in cycle territory, we're already up 8. And so out of both getting the cycle and respect for the other team, you kind of pull up and go, no reason to push this one.
Hopefully it wasn't the Pete Crow Armstrong single.
No, not getting picked off.
Where you get kicked off immediately because you're celebrating for a little too long.
What a douche.
Or gets thrown
Not
out
at
at
all.
second on a walk.
Yeah. All right, let's do some trivia and wrap this.
All right, let's wrap this bad boy up with things we don't know.
This is going to be so fun for me.
Excellent.
Welcome back to Trivia with Jerry DiPoto.
Excellent.
It's Trivia with Jerry DiPoto.
Excellent.
These are going to be questions all about my general manager brethren. They are current GMs. There are no former ones. This is not history. This is current general managers. Okay?
I still am gonna fail at this.
You're going to do great, Tyler.
So
You're gonna do
it's
great.
awful.
Who would like to start?
Me.
I do because I want to.
Okay, fine. Tyler can have it.
Okay, Tyler. What current GM's father was a clubhouse attendant for the Texas Rangers from 1989 to 2009? He and his siblings, Rudy, Perry, and Calvin, grew up around professional baseball and all worked alongside their father from a young age. I'll give you the point if you tell me the team.
I was going to say, can we just say the team?
Yeah.
I will go with Dave Dombrowski.
That is incorrect. Nels.
The Texas Rangers guy.
That is incorrect.
Jerry, your boy, Dipoto.
Me. No, it is not me. Thank you for asking. No, it is Zach Manassian from the San Francisco Giants.
Oh.
We went over this. I don't know his name.
Yeah, we are in a weird period of baseball where president of baseball operations is kind of the old school GM, and GM is kind of a consultant to the president.
I do know that guy's name.
Yeah.
Because you looked it up before the show.
Buster Posey?
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about the GM.
No, I forgot it.
Yeah, it's Zach something
before
or
the show.
another.
I still forgot
Zach
it.
Manassian.
Wait, you forgot Buster Posey's name? He's
No.
got quite the history with San Francisco Giants.
Yes,
You should
he
remember
does.
him.
I think he won a title or 2 or 3.
Okay, Nels, are you ready for your question?
Yes.
What current GM is the son of a legendary Yankee who should be in the Hall of Fame?
Should be in the Hall of Fame. Don Mattingly's son is a GM?
Cody Clemens plays for the Twins.
Is that your guess?
Don Mattingly's son? Yes.
Yes, Preston Mattingly, who is the current GM for the Philadelphia Phillies.
I did not know that.
Wait, it's not Dave Dombrowski?
Yeah, where's Dombrowski? Is he
He's
PBO?
PBO.
Oh my goodness, this is just title inflation.
Yeah.
This is
That's what I'm saying about president of baseball operations is the new GM and GM is the new
Look,
assistant GM.
I got it right.
You did.
yes. Cheers to Nels.
You took the question that was asked and gave the answer based on the hints that were given in the question.
Yes.
Good job.
I answered the question.
We're proud
correctly.
of you. We're proud of you being
I know
number
who
8.
Don Mattingly is. Which, by the way, so
Yes,
general manager and the manager.
father and son.
Interesting.
Yep.
Mm.
Josh, what current GM got his start in professional baseball by taking an unpaid internship with the Montreal Expos in 2000, sorting players' fan mail?
Ooh, I was going to initially say something like Scott Harris / that's not actually our GM because he's PBO. But he is way too young for that.
This is not an old gentleman, but he's older than that.
Yeah, I mean, somebody who has to have their first professional baseball job in the early 2000s. They're not 80, but, they're not 30. I don't know. Jerry, again.
It is not me.
I'm just going to keep guessing Jerry Dipoto till...
I will tell you I am none of these answers.
Okay. Well, I'll roll that out.
Rocky's GM. I don't know who his name is.
No.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
No, it is Alex Anthopoulos.
Oh, I
of the
actually know
Atlanta
who that is.
Braves.
Yeah. That's actually a name that I know. He's not PBO. He's GM still.
He's both.
Ah.
So that's where it gets a little trickier when they're the same person. Okay, Tyler. What current GM has a plaque on his desk with a quote from Abraham Lincoln that reads, "Whatever you are, be a good one"?
I will say
Billy Bean.
Dead, right?
Different Billy Bean.
Oh.
Different Billy Bean who played for the Tigers, actually. as
I
a
will
player.
say the Yankees GM.
No.
Okay.
The Arizona Diamondbacks.
No.
The Florida Marlins. Miami Marlins.
No.
Sorry.
It is J.J. Piccolo of the Kansas City Royals.
Ah.
They're
All right.
doing quite terribly
Also
this
an
year.
instrument.
My good friend J.J.
He is not being a good one because they stink.
Well, he's not listening. That plaque was given to him by his mother. He's not listening to his mom's advice. Where are we at? Nels.
Nels.
All right, Nels. What current GM's father has won a Pulitzer Prize for poetry?
Well, poetry is my strong suit, so I know
I
this.
knew that about you.
He's a poet and he didn't know it.
Yeah, I did know it. What's a division I haven't picked yet? Let's go with that. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
You are absolutely correct.
Really?
Hey, way to go, Nels.
Hey! I told you a poet and you didn't know it.
His name is Ben Charrington.
I had a 1 in 30 shot and I nailed it.
All right, let's wrap this up with Josh. What current GM attended Tufts University, graduating in 2008, where he took a course on sabermetrics, and his research project, resulted in 2 offers for internships?
I feel like I should know this. It wouldn't happen to be the Tigers, whoever the GM for it.
Is not the
Not
Tigers.
Scott Harris,
It is
but
not
the
the
other
Tigers.
dude who doesn't actually do anything.
It is not the Tigers.
Astros.
It is not the Astros.
Oh,
The Athletics.
It is not the Athletics.
can I get one more?
Go for it.
Red Sox?
It is not the Red Sox.
Ooh.
It is Peter Bendix of the Miami Marlins.
Oh, now it's the Marlins. I was one guess early.
Well, now you know more things about my good friends in the GM world. I've been Jerry.
No, I don't.
DePoto. I've been Jerry DePoto. Thank you so much for coming to my press conference. That's episode 34, guys. Let's get ready for Saturday. How about that?
Hurrah, hurrah.
Hey.
We'll see-
Fireworks and baseball.
We'll see you in Duluth.
Come to the real 250th anniversary party.
There'll be more people at this one.
Yeah.
Not a high bar.
All right. We'll talk to you in a few days. I almost said weeks, but it's not going to be even
Yeah.
a week.
We'll talk to you in 6 days.
6 days. All right. Play the game, love the game. Later.